This program is brought to you by the Genesis Communications Network, a world leader in talk radio since 1998. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Welcome, and thank you for tuning into the Naseema Omer Show. I am Naseema, your host today, and I have a very, very, very special guest today. In fact, a very unique type of a topic today. But before I get into it, I want to give you the call-in number if you have questions for my guest during the show on the topic we're talking about. It is 866-582-9933. 866-582-9933. Feel free to call in as we progress here through the show. And as always, the show will be available on the Archives podcast tab on the GCNlive.com or through NaseemaOmer.com. Well, my guest today, where do I begin? I actually came upon him and was introduced to him at a friend's birthday party just within the last month or so, I think, within the last couple of months. And I said, wow, wouldn't this be something to have on the radio show? Guess what it was? It was a fire-eating act performed by Bret, TheAxe, is what he goes by. Hi, Bret.
Hi.
Hi. You can, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah. Welcome to my show. I'm so excited that you took time out of your busy, busy schedule to be here today, all the way in the Burnsville studio here in the GCN studio. So welcome again.
Well, thank you. Excited to be on the show.
Yeah. I'd like to just give a little bit of background. Now, my friend whose birthday party I met Bret at is a dancer, and then I came to find out that Bret himself also enjoys dancing. You enjoy dancing as well.
Very much so.
Yeah. So that is so fascinating. I just want to tell a little about you to the guests before we get started, just a little background. Now, Bret TheAxe is not just any ordinary fire eater and fire performer. He actually is recognized in the Guinness World Book of Records, not once, but twice. Mm-hmm. Okay, and we'll go into details on that. And that is just so spectacular. 2014 and 2016, correct?
Yep.
Wow.
You can actually find me in the book this year.
Wow, that is amazing, amazing. Bret, I'll just have you come closer to the mic.
Okay.
You can bring it down and kind of head it. I wish we were recording this so you'd be able to see him, but I always put the show on a YouTube file afterwards, especially if it's a show that I'm airing for the very first time and live, and I'll have pictures on there, and you can enjoy listening to the show and share the files with your friends and family. Bret, tell me a little about you. Your family, where were you raised, and how did you stumble upon doing what you do now?
Well, I was pretty normal, growing up. I grew up actually in Roseville, in that area, and never really kind of did anything like this. I was never an actor. I wasn't in performing arts in school. I didn't have any of that background. And as I grew older, I think I was maybe 23, I ended up seeing a sideshow here at our Minnesota State Fairgrounds, and I was just blown away by it. I'd always kind of thought circuses were really neat, but I never actually experienced one or seen a sideshow for that matter. And so I'm seeing people pounding nails into their heads and a girl on an electric chair, and then this lady comes out and lights up a fire torch and starts eating it, and the tent's filling with the smell of gasoline, and I'm just blown away, and I had no clue how it could be done, and I was just astounded, and I thought, I want to do this.
Wow. And now I don't want to. I mean, if you're comfortable giving your age, what age you were around that time? Were you in your teens? Were you a little boy at the time, or how old were you then?
I believe I was 22 or 23 at the time.
Okay, so in your early 20s.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was not the typical age to start getting into performing, obviously.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I think a lot of the people that I've met, now that I'm in the field, have a lot of background, from childhood and stuff growing up. So it was a very big learning curve for me. Even with dance, I hadn't really done much dance before that either. And so all of this kind of sparked a whole new field for me, a whole new lifestyle that I just fell in love with. Of course, after seeing the show, I started telling my friends, this is what I'm going to do. And they laughed at me and thought I was... But, I tried to get out there and figure out how. And I called every circus school in the Twin Cities. Nobody taught that type of art. Of course, YouTube back then was not a thing that you could do, and there really wasn't any resources. So I kind of had to take it upon myself, which I feel very nervous about saying, because that's a terrible idea.
No, that's great. I am just so you found it so fascinating, and you took it to heart, and you followed your dream. You followed your passion. And I want to tell you, kudos to you for doing that, because, most people, I would say, I haven't looked at these statistics, but if I was to guess, I would say 99.some% of the people would probably have said, oh, that was fun, and then probably, think about it, be entertained by it, and then just leave it, not act upon their dream. And you did. You acted upon your dream in your early 20s, and you said your friends were laughing and stuff like that, because all of us say things, right? I mean, we see something like, wow, I want to do that, right? Right? So that's amazing. And then to kind of have that discipline to just follow up on that, and just kind of, what did you practice on your own? Or was your mom going crazy at this time? Did you tell anyone?
Well, I had, the first time I did it, I had my brother actually there with a fire extinguisher. But it was a very rocky road. I mean, this is an extremely dangerous art, and most people that I've met now have been trained by professionals, through apprenticeships, things like that. And of course, now we have a lot more resources out there for things like this. But it was a very hard road to go down, with a lot of a learning curve, as I'm sure you could imagine.
Yeah.
But, I stuck with it and worked as hard as I could at it. And
so there's no like a place, like a board exam to get certified to perform or anything, is there?
No, nothing like that. And, I just started performing. After about a year, I got to an area where I felt like I could show people, and so I just start any parties that I heard of. I'd say, hey, well, if you want something different, I'll show up, and so I just started getting out there as much as I could. And
is it easy to get these supplies? I mean, I looked at some pictures of the torches, and we'll go into a little more detail, but those aren't little torches. I mean, they are the cushion part is about an inch long or something.
I use it. Inch and a half.
Wow, that's pretty big. Yeah. And so was your brother kind of looking at you with goofy eyes saying, what are you doing at first? Or he gave you support, and you had to kind of bribe him to hold that extinguisher and use it if something is needed.
Yeah. No, he was very supportive and was there, but he's also my brother, so I think part of him was kind of hoping that I get hurt, just, so he could laugh at me.
Stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a story to tell about you.
Yeah.
Oh, that is amazing. Is he a little brother or older?
He's younger.
Younger, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, so now you are doing little performances at parties, big friends and really within a year, being up and running is spectacular in itself too. Because you have a life, you have another full-time job that you're doing, and so you made the time. So this shows how passionate you are about what you do. It really does. And then, well, like myself, I found out about it through a friend's birthday party at this huge venue here in Burnsville, Minnesota, Mediterranean Cruise. Did you want to give a shout-out to that friend?
That was Nasreen.
Yeah, shout-out to Nasreen. Hee-hoo! I think she's traveling right now. She's on a little vacation right now.
Oh, sure.
Or maybe she's back. But she can always listen to the archive file when she gets back. And there's some fantastic pictures, etc., on your Facebook page. Mm-hmm. And I have that on the Facebook event invitation on my Facebook group page called the Naseema Omer Show. So now you are out there practicing and entertaining, having fun, and bringing joy and fascination to others. And perhaps there's somebody else who might want to take this. Now, do you do it for families and little birthday parties, like for children?
Back then, or or currently?
Oh, I'm jumping the gun. I will let you talk about how it evolves. Okay. Then what happened?
Well, back then, I was doing little parties, and then I actually met a few other people who did some fire arts, but they did different things like fire breathing and spinning. So what I started doing then was bartering. I trade some of my skills for them to teach me theirs, and kind of built up my repertoire. And then I heard about the Minnesota Renaissance Festival, started putting out word that I wanted to work there, and through friends of friends, I ended up getting the word to one of the troops out there, the Fondazi Fire Circus. I did an audition with them, which I thought went terrible. I did the most impressive stuff that I thought I could do, and the guy just stared at me and...
Like poker face?
Yeah, exactly. Nothing. Just, okay. And I'm doing this stuff, expecting some feedback.
Reaction,
Yeah, no, and then I get done, and he just says, okay, I'll be in touch, and leaves. And I thought, there's no way. And then, but sure enough, a couple weeks later, I got a phone call and met the rest of the group and joined it. And now I'm going on my 10th year with them.
Wow,
So
that's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Now, the Renaissance Fair is something that happens in the Twin Cities area in Minnesota. I believe it's in Savage around the fall time, but you can look that up if you are in the area close by. A lot of people travel to Minnesota, to the Twin Cities area, to visit the Renaissance Festival, because typically it only runs for about 2 weeks, I believe.
Oh, no, 7.
Oh, 7 weeks. 7 weeks. Okay.
Yep.
That's a good long time.
And then we do other festivals, too. We do ones in Iowa, Michigan, Wisconsin. So we're at quite a few that we travel through.
Yeah, I saw that you have been in quite a few places here. And now you're branching out, hopefully nationwide, too.
Hopefully.
Yeah. 12 years. And with the, I may be mispronouncing the circus. I had to kind of look it up and see what it's all about. Fantasy Fire Circus?
Yes.
Okay. And they have you like on their homepage.
Yep.
They are really proud of having you. I mean, they have a whole featured article on you on there. So if you want to, to the audience, if you want to read up and look into it more, it's out there. And there's this Minnesota branch of the circus. I mean, there's a lot of history there. And another thing that stuck out with me is, Lindsey Sterling's music playing now. That means I have to go on break pretty soon, but that's what you had on your show, too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Stay tuned, everyone. We'll be back.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Don't become dependent on the medical system. Get and stay healthy naturally with Extendivite. Metals in the liver cause peroxides to get dumped into the bloodstream. Peroxides do more damage than free radicals to the arteries, and the LDL has no protection from peroxides, causing the LDL to get stuck in the arteries, creating a potential blockage. Extendivite slowly chelates the metals away from the liver so it can dispose of what was meant to be a harmless process, peroxide. Extendivite 7 herbs has a job to strengthen the organs and circulatory highway. Can you afford a heart attack? Extendivite is available in capsule or liquid form for just $69.95 for a 2-month supply. To get started, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Did you know there's a new group of water contaminants with unknown health effects? These emerging contaminants lurking in your water may include prescription over-the-counter drugs and new types of herbicides and pesticides. ProPure's improved Pro 1G 2.0 filter meets NSF 401 standards to help reduce these emerging contaminants. To find out more, visit your authorized ProPure dealer or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com.
We use cell phones against our heads every day. But now, a landmark U.S. government study confirms increased health risks from exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The time to protect yourself is now. The solution is Defender Shield. Proudly made in the USA, Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation emitted from cell phones, tablets, and laptops. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. Use discount code DEFENDER for 10% off. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in EMF radiation protection.
Attention investors, 2017 is the year of Trump, and financial markets are rising at all-time highs. But economic uncertainty may be greater than after any election in our lifetime. And as retirement approaches, there's little time to recover your losses. You need to hedge against uncertainty. That means transferring part of your retirement to physical gold and silver stored where you can actually hold it in your hand and get it fast in any disaster. It's a perfect time to buy. Prices are low and expected to climb. Make Augusta Precious Metals your personal gold and silver provider. Augusta cares for your financial position and helps you make good decisions. And they're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Get Augusta's free gold and silver IRA guide. What you learn could help you weather any economic storm. There's no obligation. Just call toll-free. Call 855-222-5857. That's 855-222-5857. Again, 855-222-5857. Trust Augusta. Protect your retirement today.
As a doctor, I see patients every day who are losing their vision to age-related macular degeneration, also known as AMD. If you have blurry vision or blind spots, they can be symptoms of AMD, and if untreated, could lead to blindness. The good news, AMD can be managed with effective clinically approved treatments that may reverse some vision loss. For free AMD information, contact the Foundation Fighting Blindness at 1-800-BLINDNESS. That's 1-800-BLINDNESS. There is a cure in sight.
Welcome back. I just love listening to Lindsey Sterling, and I think, Bret, you do too, because you were saying that this is the song you have in one of your performances that I watched you perform.
Yep, exactly that song right there.
Wow, I loved it. And, I had remarked to that because I was sitting right there on the front table. Uh-huh. You were actually on my table, and when you were sitting there, I didn't know what you did till I saw you get up and go and perform. I'm like, oh my gosh, you were sitting right here. And then your account manager too, Soledad. She's amazing too. Now she's a photographer.
Yes.
And to my listeners, if you have a chance, just go on that Facebook page because I posted quite a few pictures there. Pictures are amazing. It's not easy to take pictures of fire in motion.
No, that's a struggle that a lot of photographers I've met over the years have talked about, Soledad being one of them as well.
Wonderful.
And she's clearly nailed that really well lately.
And she's your manager as well, if anyone wants to kind of book you, so to say, for a party or a show or a festival of some sort. They would get a hold of her, and I have her information. So if you want to get that information, you can find her on Bret TheAxe Facebook page as well, and I have that link on my Facebook event as well, and on the group page, the Naseema Omer Show. Bret, so now you're out there, but, let me backpedal a little bit. Now, you did say you were in your early 20s when you started this. Mm-hmm. And what would your advice be to children who have this passion or desire?
Don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously not the, what's the best way to put it? smartest life choice that a person can make, of course. It's incredibly dangerous. The chemicals that we use are extremely unsafe, volatile, and dangerous in itself. And
you should not try anything at home, unsupervised. And the advice to parents would be to find a school of some sort or some expert who... If they agree to move forward or something like that?
Well, children definitely not.
Children no.
But adults, if that's something they're interested in, there is classes out there that people do teach. We have a fire collective actually here in Minneapolis that offers lessons at times and safety courses as well. So there is options now that weren't available back when I started.
Okay, so children, no. So parents, if you're listening and you think, I'd like my son or daughter to be an entertainer. Don't do it while they're a child. Let them grow up and make that decision, right?
Well, exactly. That's one thing I think people get the misconception on is what we do or what my art is more of a stunt. It basically stunt men. It's exactly what you see when we're eating fire. We are putting live fire in our mouth. It's not a magician's trick. There's no illusion to what we're doing. So just like with that in mind, it is incredibly dangerous to do.
Right. And you actually have a very active role that you took in the safety pieces.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little about how you contributed to that and recognize that, that is one aspect that's needed and needs to be communicated?
Sure. I am they gave me multiple titles for it. They said the safety commander, but anyways, I'm
a title.
Yeah,
did you get a hat to wear with it?
I should.
You should. Okay, go on.
Yeah, but it's I am in charge of safety for the Fondazzi Fire Circus. We have a group of 6 performers with 3 musicians, so quite a large amount of people. And a lot of times all of us are on stage rotating in and off, so there's fire coming on, coming off at the same time. Quite a bit happening there. So as you can imagine, the safety is something that we have to take very seriously. So I try to put in a lot of procedures, try to break things down. I have a background. For a while there, about 11 years, I was doing security as a side job. So one of the big things was procedures for everything. And that kind of stuck with me that I try to bring to the fire aspect. We have procedures for everything we do, coming on, coming off stage. If there should be an incident, what's going to happen, who does what, etc.
Right. And, that's very important. I mean, you clearly had the discipline to follow things, but there needs to be procedures or other word rules to be followed, because if you go do your own thing, then your teammate who's watching you with the extinguisher or whatever else is going on behind stage, they're not going to know if you just suddenly do something impromptu. So in other words, every show is pretty much prepared way ahead of time, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And guess what we're hearing again? We hear that music. If you have questions, please call 866-582-9933. I'll give out that number again when we get back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Wallach, founder of Youngevity, a publicly traded company. We're very excited about it. We're in 55 countries and just really helping the world. Just very excited. I've been sharing this message for over 30 years, and it has not changed with the changing times. Every man, woman, and child needs the 90 essential nutrients just to survive, much less to thrive. To put the odds in your favor to live as long as possible with the highest possible quality of life, you must get these nutrients every day.
I am Naseema of the Naseema Omer Radio Show and a key leader distributor of Youngevity. I take the nutritional supplements that Dr. Joel Wallach has put together in a neat package, Healthy Body Start Pack, and get all the 90 essential nutrients daily. Get started on yours today from my online store, NaseemaOmer.com. That's NaseemaOmer.com, or call 877-279-9422.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business, so make sure that they create a positive impression with ReputationDefender.com. What the Internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-831-0771 now. That's 800-831-0771 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with ReputationDefender.com. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-831-0771 to learn more. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Or visit ReputationDefender.com.
My computer is so slow, it's making me crazy.
I used to have that problem.
Did you quit using the computer, or did you buy a new one?
No, I called Geeks On Site. They made an appointment to visit my home and showed up the same day.
You mean they didn't ask you to bring your computer to a shop? That's what happened when I called a support company.
Geeks On Site can go to your home or business or even repair your computer online. They have 24/7 emergency service.
If you are having problems with your PC or Mac, call Geeks On Site, 1-800-591-1682. Our friendly certified computer repair experts are available 24/7. Call now for a free diagnosis, 1-800-591-1682. Data recovery, virus removal, and maintenance for all laptops, desktops, printers, and networks. That's Geeks On Site for friendly certified computer repair experts, available 24/7 over the phone or in your home or business. Just call 1-800-591-1682. That's 1-800-591-1682, 1-800-591-1682.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor of MyPillow, and like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. Pillows would go flat, I would flip-flop all night long, I would wake up with a sore neck, maybe a headache, or feel like I needed a nap even though I slept 8 hours. When I invented MyPillow, I wanted it to where you could move the patented fill to give you the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of sleep position. MyPillow will get you into that deep REM sleep faster, and you will stay there longer. It's not about how much time we spend in bed, it's about how much of that quality sleep we get. I do all of my own manufacturing right here in the United States. I have a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry my pillow, and I give you a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. And here's my best offer ever. You can buy one of my pillows and get one absolutely free.
Go to MyPillow.com or call 800-870-0305 and use promo code GCN. That's MyPillow.com or 800-870-0305 with promo code GCN.
Think about this. Your community's aging water infrastructure systems are very likely to be contaminated with heavy metals like lead, disinfection chemicals like ammonia, chlorine and chloramines, and pharmaceuticals like statins, pain meds, and antidepressants. And no, water treatment plants are not equipped to filter these pharmaceutical toxins out. Protect your family's water supply with the trusted Big Berkey water filter. New NSF EPA-certified lab tests show Big Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria, and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market, the gold standard in water purification, and our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Welcome back, and thank you for listening to the Naseema Omer Show. I am Naseema, your host, and I'm interviewing Bret today on fire eating, Bret TheAxe. And, we'll need to talk about how you came up with that title for you as well. Welcome back, Bret. I'm diving right in here.
Yep. That name was a joke, actually. It started out because I don't have a middle name. Okay. So as a joke on Facebook, I just put in TheAxe one time, and just like, oh, everybody thinks they're so great with their middle names. Now I have one, and it was just a joke that I left on there. And then at the time, I was part of the salsa group for my college. And
a dance group.
Yeah, salsa dance group, sorry. And
that's okay.
I would post where you could go every night of the week for salsa dancing. And then I was at one of the clubs dancing, and a guy came up and he said, "Wait, you're Bret TheAxe?" And I said, "Oh, yeah." And he goes, "Oh, I've seen you post where to go. Thank you." And it was so funny because it was the first time somebody had ever called me Bret TheAxe.
Yeah.
So at that point, I just left it. And then once I started becoming a solo performing artist, I needed a stage name, and nothing came to mind, and so in a quickness I went with that, and
it stuck.
It has. In hindsight, I probably should have been more clever, but
it's cool. It's cool. It's different. It's different, and so there's a story behind it. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so before we got on break, you explained how you got the title of the incident commander.
Yep.
I think they need to give you a badge or something, some medal or something that recognizes you as that, I mean, put in 2 cents over there. But anything else you want to talk about, the safety pieces or incidents or anything like that?
Well, I think one thing that's very interesting to me when you do what we do, or any type of dangerous stunt work, is when you're on stage, sometimes things don't happen as expected. Either things go wrong or things happen, and it's about keeping the show going so the audience doesn't know that that's happening, while in the background things are being taken care of. And, of course, in Fondazi, where we're doing 5 shows a day, we do over 150 shows a year. Yeah, during the festival times. All around, we do over 150 shows a year. And then I do my solo acts on top of that, so I'm booked for additional shows. So, occasionally you're on stage and something happens, whether it's extreme wind, so you can't, or I remember one time I would do tricks with flash paper. So I'd be, doing fire eating, and then there's the paper that you can touch to the fire, and it quickly goes up in just a flash. That's the name. So not thinking, I ended up ending one of my acts where I put my torch out in my pocket. Except I forgot that I had all my flash paper in there. So when I stick it in there, poof, of course, smoke's coming out of my pocket, and it was really hot.
That's scary.
But you just smile and you act like it was supposed to happen, and
like it was part of the act, and
and you continue doing your show, and then at the end of the day you realize you no longer have a pocket, and you move on. But
it didn't really burn you or anything, did it?
It hurt a little bit, but that's kind of the one thing. There's always situations that when you're playing with fire, especially when you're outdoors, things do happen, and you just have to keep going and smiling. And that's one of any theater art. The show must go on.
Right. So at that time, I mean, I can't help but think, were your fire extinguisher people who are on duty kind of looking at you like, what is going on? Did you kind of see them, or do you kind of talk with eyes or body language sometimes when you're on stage?
We have obviously eye communication, and then safety words too that are put in place. Okay. So if something happens that I'm not aware of on my back or whatever, somebody can notify me. Granted, that's never been an issue, but we do have procedures in place.
Wow. Of course. And that's great. Boy, we're learning tons about the entertaining and performance industry and artwork here. Okay, tell us. I can't wait. How did you get to be in the Guinness World Book of Record for 2 different things twice? And now you're in the book.
Yes. Well, to start out with, one of the tricks I used to do, I call them tricks lightly because they're more stunts, but I would do this rapid fire eating where I would try to eat a bunch of torches really quick. And then at some point, I found out that was actually a world record. And I thought, I think I could could beat that. So I started talking to some people about it and talking to a friend of mine, and we started working on it and practicing. And then I talked to the rest of the group, Fondazi, said, hey, I'd really like to do this, and I know I can. And so then I got some guidance from one of our members at the time. His name was Salsa, and another friend of mine as an assistant, and we ended up practicing over and over, and sure enough, ended up breaking that record, and then we did it live at the festival.
Wow. So, I see that video. It's posted out there on your Facebook. That's amazing. With all these Renaissance Festival people in their costumes and everything. It's very cool. Very cool. Now, so that was the... That
was 99 torches that I ate or extinguished in my mouth in 1 minute. I had 2 assistants handing me the torches, and I put them out. Interestingly, we had 100, and we dropped one when we were going up to the stage, and so we ran out of time. So I do think I could potentially do more, and maybe at a later date I'll attempt to break my own record.
Break some more, yeah. I want to let the audience know, please do go to that Facebook page, Bret TheAxe, and look at that video. It's fascinating. I watched it early this morning, and it is, you know, how they're handing you the torches is amazing in itself, and how you just kind of drop it. Yeah. I thought that was so, you are thinking of so many things all at one time, right? And I know in your performance, too, that I watched, you're a dancer, which I found out later, but another fascinating thing was, you know, just how your movements are very fluid, and you're always balanced. You always have to be on your balance, so you're doing this act to perform with fire on, I mean, lots of things happening at one time. Yeah. So that's amazing. Okay, move on. So you break the record, but now you broke the record by how many?
I beat it by 10.
10, yeah. So that's significant in a minute. That's significant. So it's not just by 1 or 2. I mean, 10 is a lot.
I was really proud of that.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. That's a huge accomplishment. So then that happened in 2014.
Yes. And then the next year, 2015, I took on a different world record. That was the most amount of fire torches eaten in 30 seconds. It sounds similar, but like a 50-yard dash and 100-yard dash, there's a different technique for it. So I took that record on and got 54 torches in 30 seconds.
Wow, and that's amazing.
Yeah, that was just really fluid. The whole thing went off just perfectly.
Wow. And was that kind of like that gave you more of a fame, got your name out there, got a little bit more because you've now been interviewed, you're getting more popular and known. So that's a good thing. I mean, that's an excellent thing. I mean, who gets to be in the Guinness World Book of Records? Seriously, you know? So that is amazing. And this all happened at the Renaissance Festival itself.
Both times, yes. With Fondazi, we did it as a group. And, just wanted to bring some more promotion to the festival, to what we do. It's also a great area there's already a crowd there, everything. So, worked out great. Little bonus for some of the people that attended that day.
Yeah, very cool. So what's your next excitement going to be? You said you want to, I see that you mentioned that you want to try for more, so you're going to not give up and stop at that. You want to keep going.
Yeah, there's a couple more that I want to take on. Nothing I'm... I'll release it later.
Later. That's just
still working out
you
the
need
details.
to keep it hidden, so it's a nice surprise when it does happen.
But yes, I can say that there's big stuff that I have in the works right now. So.
Wow. You know, interestingly enough, you mentioned some of these other tricks or stunts, like in addition to fire eating, there's vapor tricks and spinning and so many different things. So do you do multiple things, or do you focus? Do you have a favorite?
Yes, I got into this art because of the sideshow, and so as such, I consider myself a sideshow performer. And fire eating, fire manipulation is my preference. It's what I feel I'm best at and what I love doing. And then on top of that, I do other things: fire breathing, fire spinning, and dancing. Do a lot of that with my group. But yeah, the fire eating is kind of my
Passion.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, if people could just see the big smiles on your face and the passion when you're talking about all this, it's amazing, people. He is just truly all into it. And by the way, he still maintains his other life in a full-time job and everything. And so this really is like his hobby job, right?
It is. It takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
But yes, it's very much a secondary job.
Yeah. And people can get a hold of you if they want to hire you, so to say.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And what types of things would you, if people are thinking of things like birthday parties, adults, children, festivals, holidays,
done it all, yeah.
Anything you can think of. If you feel that you would like Bret TheAxe to come perform for you and your guests and friends and family, just get a hold of Soledad through his Facebook page, Bret TheAxe, or get a hold of me through my website. Send me a note and I'll get that information to you if you're not on Facebook. And you can define and work out the details as far as duration and the time and all those intricate details, etc. So along with that, you've kept up with your dance, and then you keep adding different formats, right?
Yeah. I love dance. It was something, again, as a child that I never got to do, just because I didn't know how. And so, like most people who don't know how to dance, they get really scared at the thought. But in college, there was a free course on salsa dancing. I took it and loved it, and ended up going out 3-4 times a week, ended up going to the U of M eventually and joining their salsa performance team out there. I've made 4 trips to Nicaragua to do a lot of studying down there for Latin dance, and big passion. Haven't gone out as much lately to do that. Over the last few years, I've but I'm getting back into it again.
Wow, that is amazing. Do you sleep at all, Bret? Do you sleep?
Not enough.
Stay tuned. I hear that wonderful music by artist Lindsey Sterling. We'll be right back.
Dangerous blood clot device alert. If you or a loved one had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to your heart or lungs and suffered an injury, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, and even death. These dangerous blood clot devices can break, and the metal fragments can travel to your heart or lungs, causing serious injuries. If you or a loved one suffered organ damage or other injuries from an IVC filter, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Act now. Time is limited to file a claim. For a free consultation and free information, call Injury Help Desk at 800-478-1507. 800-478-1507. 800-478-1507. This is an advertisement. Paid non-attorney spokesperson. InjuryHelpDesk.com is responsible for this advertisement. Principal office, Las Vegas, Nevada.
All right, guys, we're ready for our four-season sunroom, and Daddy's gonna get a rec room with refreshments.
Oh, no. We'll be sleeping under the stars.
Mom, what about the one with, the fun?
Nice try, little bro. It's a gym. My gym.
Hey, Grandma's getting her Four Seasons garden room. Weather tight and still like being outdoors. Maybe a living room. Oh, no, wait. A family hub.
Yeah! No matter what the budget, the season, or the climate, Four Season sunrooms let you and your family enjoy the outdoors inside. Call now to hear more about these great offers from the premier manufacturer of sunrooms since 1975.
More reasons for Four Seasons now.
To find out more, call toll-free 800-848-6333. That's 800-848-6333.
Will the government protect your family from Iran and North Korea's newest weapon, EMP? We buy guns to protect ourselves, home, health, and car insurance for accidents. Maybe you also have food storage. But how would you keep your refrigerator running in a long-term EMP blackout? Using tested military designs, the Solarc EMP-hardened solar generator protects and powers your critical appliances for years without burying items underground or wrapping them in aluminum foil. Unlike other preps, Solarc is used every day to help offset your electric bill automatically. Visit PortableSolarLLC.com to learn how easily expandable the system is. Solarc is the most affordable and powerful solution on the market. The whole system even fits in the back of a pickup or SUV and can install in less than an hour. See for yourself why Solarc beats other off-grid systems at PortableSolarLLC.com. Don't wait for the government. Go to PortableSolarLLC.com to learn why Solarc is energy insurance for your family.
I'm Rick Ossick, president of Famous Footwear. Did you know that premature birth is the #1 killer of babies in the United States? Or that survivors can face a lifetime of serious health problems? But you can help. Join me and Famous Footwear for the March for Babies Walk. We'll work together to raise funds for research and programs that help the March of Dimes fight premature birth and birth defects and improve the health of moms and babies. Start your team today at marchforbabies.org.
We all know that Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
Lifetime Grazed 100% grass-fed beef has the health benefits you seek. When compared to conventional beef, it offers good fats while virtually eliminating the bad. That's the result of cattle who never eat grain, ever. Rich in antioxidants, including vitamin E, C, beta-carotene, and CLA. No artificial hormones, antibiotics, or other drugs. For all our fresh, non-cooked products with only 100% grass-fed beef, go to MidasResources.com. Use voucher code GCN to get 30% off your order. MidasResources.com or find us on Facebook.
Welcome back. You are tuned in now to the last segment of the Naseema Omer Show. Boy, time sure flies when we're having fun here. I do want to give out some resources here. If you need to find out a little bit more about how to get a hold of Bret, in addition to finding him on his Facebook page, Bret TheAxe, A-X-E, you can always reach me by sending a note through the contact information on my website, NaseemaOmer.com. That's NaseemaOmer.com. The file with pictures will be on my YouTube channel, The Naseema Omer Show, and I will have resources plugged in over there as well. And the archived podcast of the show will be available after this live broadcast, and you can share that link with your friends and family as well. Welcome back, Bret. Boy, time sure flies. We could talk forever. So, tell me, you have somebody else in your family now who's kind of attracted to this.
Yeah, I took on an apprenticeship with my sister, actually. So I've been training her and everything that I know. Right now, we're just working on the fire eating manipulation and doing some choreography for upcoming events. Biggest one will be in May. But, so that's been going for about a year and a half now. And
that's exciting.
Yeah, she's been getting pretty advanced.
Wow, that's really cool, really cool. And, that reminds me, I am involved in the International Burnsville Festival that's in the city of Burnsville, Minnesota here, annual event. And, in fact, this year it's going to be very special. It's a special marked anniversary time for the International Festival of Burnsville. And I have brought it to the board that, and they're very excited. So we're working on bringing you to that festival, which will occur in the city of Burnsville at the Commons Park on July 15th.
Great.
And so that'll be so exciting. Yeah, it'll be very, very exciting. Yeah. And we have a few minutes here in this last segment. So I'm just trying to think of, there's so many things. Like we were talking about the weather. I never realized, you mentioned the wind, but then there's other factors like the rain.
Yes.
And the SNO word sometimes maybe.
I've done many shows in all different places and all over. And the elements can be sometimes the worst factor. You can have the greatest choreographed piece, and then it's rainy and slippery, and you can't dance, and so you have to take it really slow.
Modify it on your feet.
Yep. Or with the fire eating and manipulation, you have winds where your fire's going sideways, and you're sitting there trying to smile at the audience.
What is happening here?
Yeah, and inside you're just your heart's stopping because you're thinking there's no way.
Oh my goodness,
this is going to go well.
Funny.
Yeah,
so funny. Yeah. Oh, that is so exciting. So exciting. No, I know. I wanted to talk about these torches. So these torches are really a stick, but then they come in different, what do you call them, depth? Or, the cushion part that you actually
the wicking,
eat.
yes.
Yeah, the wicking.
Yep.
And so the ones you use are 1.5 inches. That is pretty big.
Yeah. I make all my own fire props now. So everything I've kind of designed to fit what I do in the best way. So I've been doing this for over a decade now, and everything that I've kind of come up with has honed in on the best ways to accomplish my goals.
Right. Interesting. So the length of the stick also is something that you control when you make, and you found that particular length to be one of the ones you like working with.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, because again, just that video on you, in the Guinness Book of Records, that's fascinating to watch. Everybody, please go watch that. It's just, you'll enjoy it. It's amazing how you do that. So it's like, it's like, wow.
Yeah, that was...
It was a wow.
It was. It was a great time.
Well, thank you so much, Bret, for being on the show and educating everyone about your art and performance and story and more. And I look forward to interviewing you again in the future sometime.
Great. Thank you.
And thank you to all the listeners. I am Naseema of the Naseema Omer Radio Show and a key leader distributor of Youngevity. I take the nutritional supplements that Dr. Joel Wallach has put together in a neat package, Healthy Body Start Pack, and get all the 90 essential nutrients daily. Get started on yours today from my online store, NaseemaOmer.com. That's NaseemaOmer.com, or call 877-279-9422.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Wallach, founder of Youngevity, a publicly traded company. We're very excited about it. We're in 55 countries and just really helping the world. Just very excited. I've been sharing this message for over 30 years, and it has not changed with the changing times. Every man, woman, and child needs the 90 essential nutrients just to survive, much less to thrive. To put the odds in your favor to live as long as possible with the highest possible quality of life, you must get these nutrients every day.
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon you'll need a plan and place to survive. Forget bunkers. You're not a live underground gopher. You need survivalist camps, the ultimate fully functional, off-the-grid mobile survival bug-out house that's well-equipped and custom-built to outlast any other RV or trailer. Bold statement? You bet. See them now at survivalistcamps.com. That's survivalistcamps.com. Trust your family's survival to survivalistcamps.com.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.